So Pisces, the first card you have for your past is the Page of Swords. I'm seeing a bit of game playing, actually, kind of political game playing, if that makes sense. But this is around work. This is around your workplace or something like that. I'm actually seeing someone sending people emails, sending people messages through emails, slightly kind of sly, slightly accusing, but in a kind of a subtle way, in a sneaky way, something like that. I'm seeing maybe they added other people to these messages. Maybe these messages were about you, and maybe they were kind of adding higher ups or something like that to this message so that they could see this. It was some kind of sneaky thing like that, some kind of political power, stupid, silly thing, the kind of thing I hate. So whoever this is, they like to think that they're in a higher position than they actually are. Usually people who do this kind of thing, that's why they're in the position that they're in. And yeah, I'm seeing that they actually would be in a higher position if they'd stop game playing and they just concentrate more on their actual work. But obviously this was very frustrating to you, it was very annoying to you, and I'm seeing undermining. So I'm getting this sense that you felt undermined by this, and I can see why you were. But you weren't happy about this. Obviously you felt undermined, you felt a bit horrible about it. I would too. But you weren't as upset as you could have been by these antics. I'm seeing that, you probably have other things going on. You might have a side business, you might have something else that you're focused on as well outside of this workplace. And whoever this is bases their whole ego and probably their whole self-worth on their position in the workplace. And you're the opposite of them. You're the complete opposite of that. You probably just want to get your work done and go home again. And you still have other things in your life. You still have a lot of things going on in your life and a lot of things going on in your world. So you have other businesses or some kind of other projects. You have a life outside of this. This isn't your whole life, but for them, sadly, this is probably their whole life. The next card you have for your past is the High Priestess. So yeah, I'm seeing you with this. The High Priestess is a very deep woman. She's a very spiritual woman. So I'm seeing something very deep going on here. I'm seeing probably a deep connection. I'm feeling a very deep connection actually between you and someone who you might have known for a very long time. I'm seeing that you weren't connecting with them on a very deep level at this time. You were connecting, you were talking, you were probably texting, you were probably messaging, things like that. But in your more distant past, I'm seeing that you used to have a much, much deeper connection, deeper conversations than you were having at this time. And maybe you were missing that kind of very, very deep connection, these deep conversations that you had with them. I'm seeing you're very busy. You're very busy, they're very busy, or you both were at this time. And but this isn't about how often you communicated. You didn't mind having fewer conversations. You didn't mind having shorter conversations. It was the depth of the conversation that you were really, really missing. You're a deep person, just like this High Priestess, and a very spiritual person as well. And this is what you're missing. You're missing a more spiritual, deep connection with this person. And I'm saying missing because, again, you had this with them before, but you didn't have this with them at this time. That's what I'm seeing. So the last card you have for your past is the Page of Wands. So yes, you had this other kind of project or side business or whatever this was. And I'm seeing that you loved working on this. This is something you loved doing, and you're probably still working on this now. I am seeing at this time there were a few frustrations around this in some areas of this project. I'm seeing that yes, you loved this and you were excited about this, but you had a lot to learn, and you probably still do. So it's like I'm just looking at this page. He's looking up to the top of this wand, and it was like you were on a bottom or a lower rung of a ladder, and you were thinking about, how am I going to get up to the top of this ladder? I still have a long way to go. How am I going to do this? But this is a want, this is action. So if you haven't gotten past this roadblock or this thing that you needed to learn or whatever you had to do to get you up to this other level, you will move past this soon. You will definitely get over this roadblock or whatever this is soon. You'll get through this. This is, this is wands. This is hurrying up. This is getting things done. I'm also seeing learning around this, so you might have to do some extra learning. You might have to do some extra studying to get you up to another level on this. That's what I'm seeing as well around this. So the first card you have for your present is the Nine of Wands. Yeah, I'm seeing this could be a message to you. You do want this deeper connection. You want this deeper connection back, this connection that you had with this person in the High Priestess. I'm getting a sense of you not being able to experience these kind of deep connections with anyone else around you. Now, you have people around you, but you're the kind of person who can't survive on conversations like, hello, how are you? Fine, how are you? Fine. Oh, what's for dinner? I don't know. These are the kind of conversations that you're seeing around you at this time, or you're hearing around you at this time. Very kind of shallow conversation. Now, there's nothing wrong with those conversations, but when it's all that there is, that really is not enough for you. Because I'm seeing in the High Priestess, you're a very deep thinker. You don't like to have these small talk kind of conversations. You really, really crave something a lot deeper. And I'm the same way. I totally understand this. I think, at one time, the only place where you were getting this deep connection or these deep conversations was from this person in the High Priestess. And, you were kind of thinking, if I tried to build this up with someone else, it would take a long time to build up. And then I might not even get that from them, or I might hunt and try and find someone I can have this deep conversation with, and then I might not even find them. So I think this is a message to you to try to talk to that person, because I think this is a very rare connection and you don't have that very often, and you were having it with them. So try to open yourself up a bit, try to explain this to them, and try to tell them that you really miss this and you really want to have some of these conversations again with them. If they won't go back to the way things were with you, with these conversations, at least you've tried. At least you've tried. It's better to try than not do anything at all. The next card you have for your present is the Nine of Swords, yes. So, yes, yeah, the man, I'm just seeing this, the man in the Nine of Wands, he wants to come forward. He knows that he should come forward, and he is coming forward, but he's afraid. And that's how you feel when you think about opening up and having a heart-to-heart with this, heart-to-heart, I'm trying to say heart-to-heart, a heart-to-heart conversation with this person. And it isn't as dramatic as what's going on in this card, in the Nine of Swords, but there is a lot of emotional stress, there's a lot of anxiety around you thinking about opening up and coming forward to them. So you might be afraid that you'll lose this person altogether, or that they'll think you're accusing them of something. And I'm seeing accusing because I think there might have been some arguments between you or misunderstandings in the past about someone accusing something. And I think, you do have a long history with this person. I was seeing that in the High Priestess. But, if you're like this, if you're anything like this card, if you're worrying or overthinking and you're not talking, you're not taking action, you're not doing anything, this isn't going to help you. Worrying and not doing anything is not going to help you. If this is a delicate situation, if you have had arguments in the past or something like that in the past, and you don't know how to approach them, take some time out to think about how you should approach them. Don't worry, but plan. Don't worry, plan. That's what I'm seeing in this. Don't sit there like the Nine of Swords going, oh, help, I'll never be able to do this. Don't do that. Plan. What would be the best way to approach this? How would I say this if I was going to approach it with this person? What would be the best way? Would it be best to meet with them in person? Would it be best to call them? Would it be best to sit down with them somewhere over dinner? Would it be best to watch a movie and then sit there? Would it be best to drive? Would it be best to speak to them in a way that I start the conversation by talking about something funny? Just think about, I mean, these might be silly things, but just think about the best way to speak to that person. Really plan it, really think about it, but take action after you've done this. Please take action. So the last card you have, your present, is the Six of Pentacles. So yeah, I'm seeing choices in this card. I'm seeing choices about money, but not only that, I'm seeing you probably going to be at a crossroads at this time, and this is probably around this project or this business. That's why I'm seeing money around this, and this is the Six of Pentacles as well. So I'm seeing, again, what I'm seeing with the Page of Wands, some kind of studying or some kind of learning, and you're choosing a path of study, and you're trying to find, you're choosing out of two things, and you're trying to find what's going to give you the best returns financially as well as personally. Now, this isn't an easy choice. It might be between something that's going to get you something that's more business oriented and something that's more learning oriented. It might be something like that. But all I'm seeing with this is take your time with this decision. Don't let anyone rush you. Don't rush yourself. This is a very important decision around this project. And this is a personal decision as well. I'm seeing that. It's not just a financial decision. That's what I'm seeing. So the first card you have for your future is Justice. Yeah, this is a bit complicated. I'm going to try and explain this to you. I'm seeing a person, I'm seeing someone who wasn't on your side. This is someone who might have said they're on your side, but they weren't on your side. This is probably someone from your more distant past. And I don't like to use this word, but karma is really the only word I can think of to really describe this. I'm seeing someone feeling trapped in a way, and yeah, I'm trying to describe what I'm seeing to you. It's a bit complicated. I'm trying my best. I'm seeing when this person was around you, they were deeply involved in their family. They had a difficult family, they still do, and they were heavily involved in this family. And you were probably, because you were around them, this might be an ex, because you're around them, you were heavily involved in this family. Now, they had a very, this was a very messy family, this was a very difficult family. This was a family that had them trapped, stifled. You were trapped in a situation with this as well. You were around some very difficult people in their family. There was a time or a situation where, or an incident where you felt either cornered or bullied or something like that. This person should have stood up for you, and they didn't do that. And I think it was the final straw with this person, and you left. They didn't stand up for you, they didn't leave with you, they didn't defend you, they didn't do anything like that. They let you go, you went, and they stayed around this very, very toxic, difficult, bad situation, this very messy, difficult family. Now, the karma, and I hate using the word karma, I hate it, but I can't think of any other word to use. At this time, they are trapped in this family, and I'm seeing some people in this family dictating what they should be doing. Now, it's a very sad situation. I'm not rubbing my hands together and saying, ha ha ha, terrible person, they deserve it. It's not that kind of thing. It's, they really should have defended you, and they really should have broken free when they had the chance, and they really should have stood up for you at this time. They didn't do any of that, and they are still living with that choice that they made, and they're still trapped in this bad situation. It's very sad, actually. I'm not feeling good about this at all. I don't feel like, haha, they're getting their karma. That's not the feeling I'm getting from this. It's very sad. You got out of this. They should have gotten out of this, and they hadn't done that. That's what I'm seeing. The next card you have for your future is the King of Wands. So, yeah, I hope I explained that properly. But all I know is you're so happy to be out of that mess. You feel sad for them. You have a lot of regret, I'm trying to say, that they didn't get out. You feel very sad that they didn't defend you, but you're happy to be out of the mess. It was a great big mess. You felt very controlled when you were in that situation. You felt trapped when you're in that situation, and now you're out, you're free. And you're pushing forward with your goals, you're pushing forward with your own life, you have autonomy, you have freedom over what you do, what you say. I'm also seeing that, yeah, I'm seeing something else in this about this project that you're doing, or this business, or whatever this is. This is going to make you some money. It's not going to be like millionaire status or anything like that, but it is going to make you some money. It's going to be steady. It's going to be good for you. But money isn't the sole reason why you're doing this. Everyone likes nice things. Everyone likes money, but this isn't about this for you. This is about you growing. This is about you achieving. This is about you wanting to improve yourself. Self-improvement. That's probably why I was seeing this learning decision in the Six of Pentacles being a very difficult decision, a decision between learning and between money, something like that. And so I think you're probably going to choose the personal route, the self-improvement way, the learning way. I think that's what you're going to choose between these two paths. You really want to follow a path of growth, not just financial growth, but personal growth. And that's the most important thing to you. That's what I'm seeing in this. The last card you have for your future is the Ace of Swords. So yes, again, this card can be about using your brain, being mentally sharp, doing things to keep you mentally stimulated. And that's what you want to do. That's what you're about. More than money. I'm not saying you don't want money. Everyone likes money. Everyone needs money to live on. Everyone likes nice things, of course. But it's not your main focus on this project. And you want to be mentally stimulated. You want to be thinking. You're a deep thinker. I'm seeing that. I was seeing that in the High Priestess. You like these deep conversations. This is all over this reading. And, I've seen this a lot in your readings. What I'm seeing as well is power in your writing. So if this project is a book or some kind of writing, this could go towards you being some kind of an expert in whatever field this is that you're writing in. You're going to get not just money. This is what I keep on seeing in this reading. It's not just money. More importantly, it's about your own self-development, your own learning, and getting recognition in your field. And I think that's what's going to happen to you. You're going to get recognition. You're going to really achieve a lot personally through this. And I'm seeing people clapping you, people congratulating you. That's what I'm seeing with this.